Alright. Let's do a level. Let's get some more motivity. We'll do that. And then we'll start heading into advance, I think, from here on out. Let's pop our Ergo crystal. Let's check out these 2 amulets before we get going as well. Alright, where's our veteran one? Increases max legion. Okay. And then this one. Increases physical damage reduction rate. That could be really good, honestly. I definitely do like the conquering amulet because it's really good when you nail a perfect parry, because then you get like a damage boost. But that damage boost only lasts for 1 hit. But granted that it only lasts for 1 hit, it's probably really, really strong. It's also probably what won me that Black Rabbit Brotherhood rematch fight. I'm going to go take a potty break real quick while we're at the Stargazer, and I'll be right back. I tell you though, man, I'm gonna have to start praying to the glorious gods above and get my Rick Astley attitude in fucking shape, because, like, if I don't pull my shit together, this is gonna get really hard real fast. Endgame Liza P ain't no fucking joke. I'm not gonna lie, that area was pretty simple. Like, my problem isn't with the area or the enemies or anything. It wasn't really that bad. It was more about health regulation than anything else, really. Yeah, you fucking think I'm that gullible. You think I'm that dumb, don't you? Stupid motherfuckers. You think I'm that stupid. Let's go then, bitch. Yeah, see, that shit's fucking retarded. Like, the puppet string knocking you into walls and then not being able to get the attack off is really dumb. There ain't no reason for that shit to be there. It's kind of stupid, to be honest. Okay, let's see. There's a thing under there. This is obviously a shortcut that we don't have. There's tons of carcass enemies down here. Okay, this is going to be a Falcon Eyes job. We'll blast 2, just in case, because I don't think he's going to die in 1. Then we'll plunge attack this dickhead. Bam. Glorious. And nothing behind us. Nothing going to break through the wall. Okay. Alright, what are we working with down here? Just a lot of carcass dudes? Some decay? Okay. This is what I'm thinking. We'll take out the puppet string preemptive. We'll drop down here. We'll take care of this. Puppet string this asshole. I'm gonna say this dude's probably triggered at this point. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. It's pretty tanky, though. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, that enemy is some seriously gay horseshit. Like, it seems like a cool enemy and all, but, like, I really don't like being knocked out of my moves when I'm trying to be strategic. Like, I feel like I pick my windows of opportunity really good, and then I get punished for them, which is kind of fucking frustrating, in all honesty. Okay, before we fuck with this dude, let's repair our weapon real quick, because I can see it's getting rather low. It makes sense that they put a lot of weapon decay and, like, carcass enemies late game, though. That makes a lot of sense. Because it requires micromanagement of all the different components and combat mechanics that they've tried to get you acclimated to thus far. That area could have been a little bit better. I feel like we rinsed a little bit of heals, and we really shouldn't have had to, honestly. I also couldn't parry that tail thing, like, once, so that was pretty shit as well. Okay, this looks like the kind of area where they're going to put a lot of really heavy tier enemies. Bundle of old letters. A bunch of old letters covered in dust. Dear Valentinus Monad, as a result of the last summit, we venerable families have decided to actively sponsor the Zelator laboratory construction plan. There are still those who oppose, but it won't be too hard to persuade them. The only possible variable is that they won't give any information about the lab. Being careful is a good thing, but we're the ones who provide the funding, so we don't want any uncertainties. We should never just watch. Old families hate being looked down upon the most. You alchemists know and handle so many things. I had no idea that place known as the Devil's Pit had so much value. But when a gold mine or a secret is revealed, you can't put the cat back in the bag. Don't worry about the construction workers. We'll take care of it real clean. Don't forget, if you look down or try to trick us, it's not only the workers who will disappear. Next time I see you, I'm looking forward to our beneficial exchange. In the name of the old houses, Volf. Okay, guard up around corners. No enemies up there, no enemies in the general vicinity. There's an item pickup. There's also a butterfly. Peer around the corner and exercise my camera liberty real fast. There's an item right there. Let's make sure there's no ambush. No ambush. Ambush. Okay. Forgot the old ceiling parlor trick. Forgot about that one. And fuck this gay-ass wall shit. Take that fucking crap out, too. Like... Okay. Let's exercise. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say, I wanted to use the barrel to my advantage, but instead of locking onto the enemy, it completely turned my fucking camera all the way around. Sister Alchemist Ordred. Although she could not be completed, may she be with us through her noble sacrifice. Although she may not be completed, so... They're trying to ascend their natural beings through use of the Ergo, is that what I'm getting at? Because obviously Valentinus Monad and, there was another party that had a confliction with the purposing of the Ergo, because Valentinus Monad, to my knowledge, wanted to ascend naturally, in terms of humanity throughout, not exercising the experimentation properties of the Ergo and shit like that. And then Simon Monis is like the person that sought to transcend with the Ergo. At least from what I'm understanding, anyway. Okay, that was really close with the decay status. We gotta be a little bit careful there. Fuck. Okay, I see. So, like, if they land a hit on you, you can't be aggressive automatically, because they'll get priority. Unless you have a really quick weapon, presumably. Okay, my disruption is rather low. Okay, we should be able to run through this gas shit and be okay. No other enemies. Yeah, that's just one of the shooty guys. I'm not really worried about him, but we do have a passage off to the left that I've not been through yet. It's actually amazing that he turned around and spotted me, even though I was, like, coming up very slow. Fucking mad instincts on that guy. See, this is what I mean. You're gonna have to wake up really goddamn fucking early in the morning if you want to get me with this shit. Absolutely the fuck not. I have at least 20 Souls games and 20 Souls-likes under my fucking belt. You ain't get me with that gay shit. Gonna have to try way fucking harder than that. Okay, nothing here. No other shooty guy? Nothing dropping from the ceiling? Okay. First discovery, Camille. Camille, she is probably the first puppet with an ego found by the Order. Before that, Ergo was just seen as a travel expense for a holy journey of the Order. It was God's gift, but they didn't know what it was truth itself. However, God gave us fools the revelation for our enlightenment. It was God's miracle that Camille was made into a maid puppet. Despite being in the early phase, when the design was rudimentary, Camille Cotton was saved a baby who fell from a crib. Such functionality was nowhere to be found in the puppet design. Her appearance and years lived where similar, so it was probably easier for her to manifest an ego. After hurriedly collecting Camille to launch an investigation, the Order found out that she understood language and received a message from her. Send me back to my child. By interrogating and taking Camille apart, the Order had opened the door to a new possibility. Later means of control such as the Grand Covenant emerged, but it was still a problem compared to this discovery. Ergo is not a simple power stone, it embraces life. Through Ergo we can open the door to eternal life. Awaken, evolve, ascend. With this discovery, humankind will achieve immortality. So puppets are able to manifest an ego or a conscience through use of this Ergo, it would appear. So even though that they're entirely autonomous creations, they gain some sort of semblance of humanity through it. Okay, I thought he was going to attack the other direction with his fucking tail. Yeah, that enemy is kind of shit, to be honest. Like, I don't mind it. Its attacks aren't really that crazy or bad or anything, but, like, fuck's sake. I need to nail my parries, but, like, every time I try to, like, set up a parry for the tail, it doesn't work like how I would expect it to. Okay, we have another acidic weapon. That's really cool. We got plenty of upgrade materials, so we can definitely take a look at the new stuff we've been raking in. Okay, there's this platform down there, and there's some more enemies down there, so I haven't gone underneath that platform yet, so I gotta figure that out. There's another ballast up there, which has me a little bit concerned. We have 6 heals, so we're doing okay in that department. That looks like way too far of a fall. So it definitely looks like we want to go down there instead, so let's do that first. Okay, you hit the statue, alright. I'm trying to be careful about that. Oh, we have to, okay. Alright, well if he hit the statue before, I was gonna say he should hit the statue again. Roll off at an angle. Nice, cool, perfect. Let's get this quickly, just in case he can fire another ballista shot, which doesn't appear that he can. Grab that as well. Full Moon Moonstone of the Covenant, very nice. Good for boss tier weapons. There's an enemy down here. There's this shit down here, but I don't know if I've been there yet. But this passageway interconnects, so it seems like we don't have to have an ultimatum of one or the other. It seems like we get both. So let's take care of this idiot. They don't explode, so I don't have to worry about that. This is our shortcut door. Alright, well played. You almost got me with that one, I'm not gonna lie. You almost got me there. Lacked a little bit of vigilance. I was a little bit too happy about the shortcut. Alright, so now there's no health pressure if we manage to biff it to one of these fucking great idiots. We have the quick go-between, so I think we're okay in that department. And now that we've fallen down here, we have to go all the way back up the entire tower. But that's cool, that's fine, I expected as much. I just dropped down like 2 or 3 or 4 layers, like it's evident that we would have to go back and retraverse a couple rooms. Not really a big deal though. Honestly, like, I think this area is really cool, and I think it's really intricate, but honestly, I feel like, you might crucify me for saying this, but I think they missed out on some trap opportunity. Like, it's just pure enemy ambush bullshit and ballista crap. And I think they should put some traps in here to kind of complete the Sen's Fortress kind of mosaic, you know? But maybe we're only through the former half of the palace and not through the latter half, so maybe the latter half has a lot more fucking bells and whistles for us, huh? Okay, nice. We were able to roll that one. Cool. I didn't see any way across, otherwise I would have taken care of the platform first. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's more like what I'm talking about. Alright. Let's wait for that guy to come and fucking show his fugly mug down this set of stairs so I can use my fucking falcon eyes and shoot him in his motherfucking face. The double whammy. I would have loved to have seen him get pushed off right there. That would have been fucking amazing. I should have just let him wander into it like a dick, to be honest. There's another one. That's kind of cool, honestly. That's really unique. I didn't expect them to implement anything like that. I was expecting some more boulders and bullshit. Let's run up and backstab this asshole. No other enemies coming down? Nope. Alright. That's just a fall. No kind of secret item. No alcoves. No bullshit. That's another thing, honestly. Like, ever since the church steeple, I don't think there's been a good array of, like, hidden items. I gotta say, that's kind of another disappointment that I really have in the construction of the game, but, like, aside from that, it's been really grand so far. That's our bridge to be able to get over with the ballista, I see. Okay. I didn't notice that there's a sigil on the floor, otherwise I would have pieced that together sooner. Alright, well, now that we have our wafer cracker bridge, let's go back and get across that bitch. Okay. I'm gonna say, I gotta remember that they laced this fucking staircase with booby traps. Gotta be careful about that shit. I don't know how much damage those things do, but I sure as fuck don't want to find out. Well, let's bait the ballista real quick. Back up. Oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna bait it one more time so I can switch my arm. I don't know if I would have the window of opportunity to do that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back one more time. I'm gonna do this real quick. See, like, look at that shit. Like, that's amazing. Goddamn. Oh, nice. I was able to roll it. I wanted to use that fatal attack for some iframes, but I didn't get them. So let's bait the ballista one more time, because I'm pretty sure I'm not invulnerable when I open boxes. Ladder fifth. Ooh. Another ladder frame. Okay. I don't trust that middle panel. Okay, that animation is way too long. Yeah, I can't do a running attack. I don't have enough recovery to be able to get out of the way of their acid spray if I do. I really don't want to break my weapon, so let's go back here around the corner so I can get a repair going. Oh my god, dude. Enemies do so much fucking damage for, like, no reason. I don't want that decay status either. But now we have fire on him, so he'll die here in a minute anyway, so let's just leave him. I don't want to risk getting the decay on me. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that middle platform, but I've played enough Souls games to be wary of it, so I'm not falling for that bullshit, literally. Okay, this looks like our ladder shortcut that heads back down to the very beginning where the ballistas were first firing at us. Okay, yeah, it goes back down to our stargazer, alright. Good shit. Let's grab that. Are you fucking for real? Like, seriously I missed that? Are you serious? I don't think so. I think I prepared my jump really well right there. That's kind of wacky. Alright. We can give it another go around. Not a big deal. Round 2. Like, nothing can be as bad as the Demon Souls remake where you have to, like, drop down that punji pit or whatever for the Executioner Hall. Where there's that fucking crazy red invader that'll, like, beat the shit out of you because you need, like, bad world tendency. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. I was worried about rolling. That's why I kind of angled my jump toward the wall, is because I knew the rolling animation was going to cover enough distance to drop me down the other side. That's kind of stupid that they don't give you enough fucking area to be able to make the jump they expect you to make to be able to get that. Kind of stupid. Okay, let's re-angle a little bit. I didn't feel too confident about that. See, like, it did it again! Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, if I can't angle my jump toward the wall and cut myself off, I can't get the fucking item. But if you do that, then you can't make the jump, because the fucking animation will put you into the wall and you fall short. So what do you want? That seems rather dumb. Like, I get it. Ooh, you put a tricky item and a fucking glowing, enticing, glowing object on the other fucking side. Yeah, I got it, dickhead. Thanks, asshole. Watch me fall off before I pick it up. For an electric blitz abrasive, are you fucking serious? That's pretty handy, actually. I'm pretty happy to get that. And we got a level. I want to start going some in advance, to be honest. I want to get our arm kind of jacked up. I want to take enough protein powder to get this fucking pulley string working. Good. Okay. Okay, are we finally back? Goddamn, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my goddamn OBS, but it keeps crashing like a bitch. Like, I just had to go back into my profile in my account and recopy my stream key and put it back into OBS, so, like, I don't know what the fuck the issue is with that. I've never really had that happen before. So that doesn't bode well, but hopefully that doesn't continue. Really sorry about that. That's kind of the reason for all the constant disconnects, and why stream has stopped numerous times, and I've had to tailor it and cut it together to be able to fit naturally. It's just going to be so much fun to edit earlier, but at least it makes the playthrough kind of unique and interesting, huh? Man, I really don't like this. I really don't like when they give me branching paths. I fucking hate that shit in these games. Okay. Are these ones different? Because the other ones were a different color. Maybe it's just the lighting, but I don't know. Okay, not a big deal. Full moonstone, nice. More balance beams! Oh, great. My favorite. Okay. Well, before we go down a floor, let's go back first. Because I don't want to drop down there and then have to retread ground to be able to get back up here. And it looks like there's a stairwell here, so... Seems like the safer option, at least for now. Oh, I can't. Shit. Okay, I don't know what kind of gas that is, but you can go fuck yourself, Pally. Get the fuck up out of here. Enjoy that fall damage, dick. Okay, so there's another one over there. This looks like it just, yeah, goes straight down. I was gonna say, there's no way this would be traversable. If that were traversable, there'd be no reason to do all this bullshit. Have the balance beams here. Not that gullible. Nice ornate carpet over here. There can't be anything evil over here, right? There's a trap. There's some fucking shooty things in the wall. This is the same deal as before. No enemies, no enemies. Phenomenal. Cool. Honestly, this area, on terms of the evil scale, is not all that bad so far, in all honesty. It's really not that shit. That being said, I'm probably like 10% through it. Okay. Do a dodge so I don't get stuck on the pillar. Kill this idiot. Is this just like a go down thing? Is that what this is? There's a box over there. Let's get down to the very lower layer first before we start going for trinkets and nice stuff, though. Yeah, you know what? We might be able to go for that one. Or not. Oh, it's another one of these dickheads. Okay. Take care of him first. That's cool, that's fine. I'm not worried about this. This is okay. That's bullshit, dude. Don't spin my camera like that. Fucking cocksucker. Mr. X wannabe piece of shit. Stupid rocket jet tank or whatever the fuck you got. Okay, elevator. Alright. I like the sound of elevator. Here's our final Trinity door. Nice. Cool. But I don't think this entire area was optional. Hello, what's going on here? Oh, is this Arlecchino? King of Riddles Arlecchino.
Factual guest. I bid you welcome, puppet of Geppetto.
How's it going, pal?
First face-to-face meeting, isn't it?
Looks like he's stuck in an insane asylum type shit.
It gets to be a chore without the transmitter to help. Welcome to my sanctum of riddles.
Oh, so has Arlecchino tried to point us in the direction, like, this whole time?
Expect you to make this journey in person. Oh, the havoc you must have wreaked along the way. Was there much blood other than what's all over you?
So Arlecchino is a Riddler puppet. He's not a human.
Cowards, hiding away on their island, growing more monstrous by the day, refusing to acknowledge.
Yeah, so obviously the alchemists are running Ergo experimentation upon their own body to try and transcend, so that's what the kind of gist of the story is. So, to my knowledge, at least so far, or at least my vague understanding of it, is Valentinus Monad was the proprietor of the Monad Charity House. And there was a whole bunch of weird bullshit that went on with the alchemists and the subsects and the experimentation and all the research and everything, and they discovered and mined the Ergo from underground. And the Ergo began to take root in organic matter and inorganic matter, but it had different effects, so that's why people only suffer from the petrification disease, but puppets awaken from it and gain an ego. So basically a sense of reality, or at least an open awareness to what's going on. They kind of gain a conscience from it. Now, the only thing that I'm not being able to piece together, at least so far, is I don't know what distinguishes us as a puppet. Like, obviously we're Geppetto's invention, so maybe we have a natural affinity with the Ergo that other puppets do not have, because of our mechanical heart that Geppetto was talking about earlier, how we're able to purpose the quartz and be able to use it. Am I a puppet or a human? Well, I think we're slowly becoming a human, aren't we?
You understand? Yes. We
So we're obviously breaking the bonds, we're breaking the chains that bind us, and we're getting rid of our strings, so our transcension into humanity or whatever is what's, like, freeing us. And, yeah, we're learning what it feels like to be a human through experience and through the people we meet and, like, the acts that we take and the choices that we make that impact the people around Krat.
I learned this truth long ago. That is why I've been exacting my revenge against them all ever since.
So we are man's creation, but Arlecchino has gained sentience through murder? Yes, okay. So Arlecchino's been driven mad through the obsession with blood and killing humans.
So much fun. Even if you're lying right now, even if you don't believe your own answer, the truth.
Only humans practice deception so intensely for reasons that are so unnecessary. So basically, he's proclaiming to us that we're human on account of our ability to lie. Like, basically, we're more human than puppet now. So that's literally human nature, is to deceive and get ahead.
Moments of clarity are enjoyable. Now the rhyming, it helps me maintain focus. At least it helps me hide the urge to kill that I feel every waking moment. But no plan.
So Ergo taking root in organic matter leads to the petrification disease, and Ergo taking root in inorganic matter allows it to awaken and become a sentient being through the influence of the blooming Ergo. So I don't know if the Ergo is the consciousness of the puppets. You feel warmth. So I don't know if the Ergo is, like, what's making puppets sentient, or if, like, the Ergo is the driving force behind, like, our ability to lie and all that other shit and all our humanoid qualities. But we just got Arlecchino's cloak, which looks sick as fuck, to be honest. That's pretty wicked. We also got our final quartz, I think. It may not be our final one, but it's probably close to it, because we're coming up on the end of the game, very, very evidently. See, we can go through here. There's multiple traps in here. I don't know where all these elevators go, but maybe we should start unlocking them one by one and figure that out before we go any further. Because I can't remember when the last Stargazer I had was, but granted that we haven't been through too much since our last one, at least not from what I can remember, we only had to really descend that tower, so I want to make sure that I'm getting all the shortcuts along the way. So if we get up to a boss fight or something, we have the ability to get back quickly. There doesn't appear to be anything here. This area does not look recognizable. This is not an enemy.
I'm not going back. I'm sick of consuming Ergo. It's cruel. There's real meals and real songs out there. I'm not just a memory-reading tool. What? You're not the inspector? Well, if you're from the outside...
So obviously they've been taking residents of Krat and trafficking them to this island for Ergo experimentation, much as what I thought with the Walker Evolutions from before.
I'll see you on the outside.
So maybe that was just a stray or something. Okay, we have the emote for happiness now, so maybe we can explain what happiness feels like to that one puppet in the barren swamp for that side quest, maybe. Okay, we have this door, but I don't know if this is progression or not. This very well might be progression. No, this goes back to the scorpions. Okay, I forgot there was a door at the other end of them. It's crazy that we get a follow-up to a side quest at the very end of the game, pretty much, because it's evident that we're coming up very, very close to the end here. There's probably 1 or 2 or 3 more bosses left to go, if I had to guess. Because if this is the last bus stop before the Isle of Alchemists, then I think that pretty much entails that we're at the end of the journey. And then we have Overture to go through, and I've heard amazing things about Overture as well, similarly as to how I heard amazing things about this game. Sorry, I'm tripping up my words. Okay, let's be cautious of the traps on the way back so we don't trigger anything and end up getting a fucking few porcelain potholes put in us. This is our Arlecchino, so we don't have to worry about that. We have this elevator to go up now. So I guess let's see what's at the top of here, and this is obviously our progressive route. We've hit every stop on the way down, we've collected all the items, we've gotten all the boxes. Oh no, actually, there was a box... Yeah, there was a box that we didn't get, isn't there? I think there was, yeah, hold on, let me go back down real fast. This is probably how we get it, to be honest. Because when we tried to go across, the beam broke. So this is probably how we get to that chest, actually. Okay, we got a resplendent ergo chunk. This seems like something that we can fall down. Yeah, with minimal damage. There's our box over there, but we can't jump that. So how do we get to it? Doesn't appear that we can. At least, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't jump that. That seems a little bit too far. So let's scale the environment and let's see what we can do and what we can't do. So there's an opening up there, but I don't know how to access that. Maybe we have to do it from one of the upper floors. Which would mean that we have to take the elevator again, I think. Or can we access it from here? Can I get around the fucking ladder, please? Okay, this is only one-sided, but yeah, the elevator does stop there, it would appear. Because the box is definitely down on that layer somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, it's right there. Okay, it's right below. But I can see that there's a cutoff in the platform right there. Okay. So we just have to get back down and go up to that elevator. But I gotta remember how to do that. I remember I had to go all the way down, but I don't remember exactly how it was that I got down initially. So we came around here, there was the guy with the gun, we had to go across the plank, we did that. Down the staircase, I remember definitely going down the staircase. This was a drop-off. Then we had to go all the way over here. And then there's a ladder going down. And then we had to run around this wide side because we took out the guy with the gun. There's another ladder, and this puts us on the bottom floor, yeah? Yeah, okay, this puts us on the bottom floor. Never mind, I remembered the navigation much better than I thought I had. Okay, they dropped our elevator back down for us, or is this the wrong elevator? No, this is the right elevator, okay. So we have to go to the very, very top. We can't get off early. Getting off early was just for the item, so we have to go up here first. But let's establish what our progressive route is before we go any further. Obviously, it's across this bridge. That's bullshit, dude. That's fucking bullshit, homie. I got staggered by the first attack, and I couldn't dodge to be able to get myself away from the ledge, so he was just able to push me off. That's fucking gay.